There we go. We are recording, so I will share my screen. Now I think we are golden. Let's just go ahead and kick this thing off. So,
Sounds good.
present. Okay, cool. So, thank you so much for taking the time to hop on this BYOB, which is what Ashley and I, what we call Be Your Own Boss sneak peek. So this is just a way for us to basically just share our stories when it comes to how and when and why we got started with coaching, and basically just share our hearts with you and just give some information, just basic information about it, and kind of hopefully answer some questions that you might have about it. Maybe this is something that you have interest in, or maybe you're just completely blinded, but one of us has seen something in you and we felt compelled to invite you to check this out because there's something about you that we thought this would be a good fit for you. And so either way, hopefully this answers some questions. So some things that we're going to discuss is, like I said, we're going to tell who we are, and our stories with coaching, and we're going to talk about what exactly a coach does, because I know it can be kind of like a big question mark. Like, what do you do as a coach? You don't just post on social media and that's it. And then we're going to talk about some common objections. So basically just things or fears or big questions that people might have that is holding them back from maybe possibly wanting to coach. And then show me the money, basically just talking about the compensation plan in a nutshell and how we earn an income. Okay, and now Ashley's going to take it away with her story of herself.
Okay, yeah, I was like, most of the time when it gets to this part in the BYOB, I'm like trying to rush through it because I'm like, I get a little nervous. But on the way home from work today, I'm like, I'm going to chill out. I'm going to take my time. I'm going to like really just, I got this. Okay, so I guess I will start with the fitness side of things. So I originally started out as just a coach to be able to get my Shakeology paid for. So I guess you could say that I was a discount coach. And you'll learn more about what that means a little bit later. So, I was always kind of wishy-washy with exercise. Like I would give it a couple weeks, and if I didn't see the results that I wanted, I would think that I was doing something wrong and it didn't work, and I would just give up. And needless to say, my nutrition was not where it should have been either. I had no clue what I was eating. I had no clue what to eat, what was really healthy and what wasn't. And so it was last year I decided that like I really wanted to get my fitness and my health under control. I was tired of going back and forth and falling off and getting back on again and that same old story. So I decided to join a boot camp in my hometown, and that lasted for about 3 months, and that really helped me get in the habit of exercise. But I knew that after that I would need something else. I'm like, okay, like I liked the group atmosphere. I liked having other people with me. After this ends, I don't know what to do. But thank goodness for my coach, Kaylee, reaching out to me. And I think she had reached out to me a couple times before, but I was like still in that boot camp, and I was like, yeah, I'm okay. But thank goodness she kept following up with me, because I eventually said yes. I joined my first challenge group with her, and I've been doing them ever since. And I really do believe that that sense of community and the sense of having people do this thing with you and you're not alone, that really, really was my missing piece. And just having that support system that the challenge groups give you. So little by little, Kaylee would reach out to me and be like, so that like you could probably get your Shakeology paid for and by becoming a coach and, like getting people to do this journey with you and inspiring others. And like, oh, I didn't put two and two together. And I was like, heck yeah, I should, why not get your Shakeology paid for? I mean, come on. And so that's what started me off as coaching. And now through just learning more and just watching trainings, listening to the National Wake Up Call, I have seen and I have learned so much, and my eyes have opened to so many opportunities that this business can give you. And I know it's what I want to do with my life. It's caused me to break out of my shell. Before becoming a coach, I was like shy, little afraid to share my opinion, afraid of what people thought about me. Living not as my best self, and I'm not putting my best self out there because I was afraid. And through coaching and personal development and through just having a great support system of people on our team, it has helped me to really break out of my shell, not feel scared to death to talk to you guys on one of these things. And it's just helped me, I feel, become my true self. And it's also opened my eyes to the fact that you don't have to do what society tells you that you need to do to be successful. Like, I always had this idea in my head that you need to go to school, you need to go to college, you need to get a good job, you need to get married, have kids, and that was it. And becoming a coach has really opened my eyes to the fact that there is more in, you don't necessarily have to do it that way if you don't want to. There's no certain way to be successful. Like, you can design your own life. And I believe that this opportunity and this business is going to help me live the life and design the life that I truly want, which would be eventually quit my full-time job and do this full-time and have the freedom to spend time with my family, to spend time with my loved ones. If I have kids later on, I want to be a stay-at-home mom. I want to watch my kids grow, and I want to I don't want to live a life where I spend more time with my coworkers than I do my own family. Like, that just makes me so sad to think about. And I'm not going to do it. I'm not. So I'm going to stop rambling, go on my rant about what I think is crazy about society, and I will let Kaylee take over with her story.
I couldn't figure out how to unmute myself. Okay, that was awesome, Ashley. Let me move my little deal. Okay. So my story is, when it comes to Beachbody and how I got started, is it's kind of like all over the place, to be honest, but I'll try my best. And I usually do forget things when I'm telling my story, and I kind of start to get sidetracked and ramble, but that's just who I am. So, so I guess I'll just talk about also my physical then, and like the fitness side of things, kind of like how Ashley broke hers down. But I was always super insecure. I have never, like, looking back, even as a very young girl, I was always super insecure. Um just I grew up in a dance studio, first of all. And so being involved in that dance studio, I think kind of allowed me to be aware of my body at a very young age. And I started to compare my body to other girls. And it just kind of started to develop these insecurities. And I never had a weight problem. I was never big or heavy set or anything like that. I never struggled with my weight. But, there were just like any girl, I had those quote unquote problem areas. And I would have I would maybe, whenever I started to develop and grow into a young woman, I would like carry in my hips, and like I would just pick myself apart in these areas. You know, maybe my belly was a little softer than the girl standing next to me on the dance stage with a six pack or something like that. And so that's the kind of thing I would do, is I would like compare myself. And so that just kind of stayed with me all through high school. And then obviously it kind of gets worse in high school because the boys are involved and you're dumped and your heart's broken and all that kind of thing happens. And so the insecurities were still just pretty real. And then even through college, you know, I was no longer active when I was in college. I wasn't dancing, I wasn't cheerleading, I wasn't doing anything like that to have any kind of exercise. So I was waiting tables and going to college, and that's when I first started to dive into going to the gym. And I was clueless. I would literally look at different exercise regimens and routines that you would find in like 17 magazine or on Pinterest, or, well, no, duh, Pinterest is not around when I was in college, but eventually down the road, that's what I did. But when I was first in college, it was just like I would Google stuff or get something off a magazine, and I would jog for about 30 minutes on the treadmill and then do random, like, I'd pick up dumbbells and do random exercises with dumbbells and do some push-ups and call it good. And I would never see any really good results. I was clueless with what to eat. I fast forward a little bit, I ended up moving to Arkansas, which is where my husband is originally from. So I kind of followed him there. We have a pretty crazy story with how we met and how our relationship started, but I ended up moving to Arkansas, and that's where I finished my college career. I lived there for 4 years. That's where we got married. And so while I was finishing my college degree in Arkansas, I continued this awkward gym life that like was so bad, like just because I didn't know what I was doing, like I said. And but I just so desperately wanted to feel good. I wanted to feel confident. I was never the type of girl that could just like throw on an outfit and rock it. Like, I didn't feel good in my skin. I did not feel comfortable like putting on bikinis and going swimming or on vacation or anything like that. And I just so desperately wanted that. I wanted to feel good, and I wanted to enjoy trying on clothes and all that good stuff. And so I kind of just continued fumbling my way, and eventually it's almost like God was literally throwing Beachbody in my face, because it came into my life from like 5 or 6 different people. And it was just different random girls that I like worked with and went to college with and stuff that was introducing this whole Beachbody community opportunity to me. And so first was actually P90X, and I actually failed horribly with P90X. I didn't even do it. I didn't even finish like it's a 90-day program, and I never even finished the first 30 days. I didn't even do it. Like, it wasn't I didn't have a coach, so that's why I failed so poorly or so much at it, is because I didn't know that you had to actually like follow the system. Like, you had to follow a calendar and a meal plan and all this stuff. I didn't know about Shakeology. But P90X is my first like Beachbody experience. And then a little bit down the road, you know, I'm still kind of liking this idea of doing things at home. I obviously wasn't loving the gym. I didn't like even taking the time to go to the gym. You know, I'm not even a mom yet, so I couldn't imagine doing it now. But even before being a mom, I still had a hard time getting my butt to the gym. And so eventually I heard about Insanity, and this was from a girl that I worked with as well. And she had the DVDs. So she already owned the DVDs. I still didn't have a coach. I didn't even know there were such thing as Beachbody coaches. But I asked if I could borrow her Insanity DVDs. And so she lent them to me, and I did that program beginning to end. I did all 60 days. I did not follow the meal plan to a T, and I did not have Shakeology yet. I think eventually through somewhere in the process of doing Insanity, I discovered Shakeology, but I wasn't drinking it consistently. But just staying on track with following that calendar, actually getting exercise in that was making me feel like I was getting a good sweat in. I was starting to see results in my body. I ended up losing like 15 pounds of just unwanted fluff, like that, you know, college, or what is it, freshman 15. And also just from working at a bar. I mean, I would be up until 2 or 3 in the morning and grabbing French fries off the plate, off plates in the back, or eating a chicken breast and a sweet potato or a baked potato or something. I wasn't eating a balanced diet at all. I thought Special K bars were healthy. Um, but either way, the workouts I fell in love with. I loved the system of it. I loved I could do it from my living room. I loved Sean T. His motivation, screaming at me on the screen every day is exactly what I needed. And so I was kind of just hooked from my experience with Insanity. And so eventually I came across 2 other people. I'm going to try and keep this short because literally the whole thing, I swear, like, looking back, it's kind of funny because it's literally like God was just throwing it in my face every which direction. But eventually I did discover Shakeology. I fell in love with that. I wasn't, I didn't have a whole lot of experience with that kind of thing, but I love the idea of getting a quick meal. It tasted delicious. I love chocolate. So I was hooked on that. And then I met my coach, my upline. We were going to college together. And so I kind of just discovered the whole coaching opportunity through her. I was already just over the moon with my results I was seeing with the program. And so then I started to discover this coaching opportunity. And so I had before, and this is kind of where I'll transition into the whole the business side of things. But before I had zero vision, I had no ability to dream big at all. I literally have never known what I wanted to do when I grow up. Whenever I was asked as a little kid, when I was asked in high school, and I know we're told that that's not something you need to know, but I definitely was not, and I never knew what I wanted to do when I grew up other than be a mom. I knew I wanted to be a mom and have a family. I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom like my mom was, but society was telling me that that's just not okay. Like, you're in high school, you're going to go to college, you're going to get a job, you're going to pay for student loans, you're going to pay for bills, and that's going to be it. And then you're going to retire and all that good stuff. So, but I just never knew what exactly I wanted to do. I didn't know where I wanted that income to come from. And so I studied random things all through my college career. Eventually what happened is, through my course of my college career, is when Beachbody introduced itself to me. And that's whenever I was like, well, I'm really loving fitness right now. I really love the idea of learning how to be healthier and how I can be better at being in shape and being healthy. So that's when I decided to study health and exercise science. So Beachbody is literally kind of what led me to even figure out what I wanted to finally finish my college degree in. So I did that. I graduated that, and with the ability to teach PE to ages K through 12, super random fact, but that just kind of fell through because Beachbody was just once again slapping me in the face and was just like totally burning this fire in my belly. It's like I wanted to do it so bad, and I had started seeing these stories from these other coaches and all of their success from it, and really growing this community of other women that are helping other women, and they're helping each other. And it sounds like this big, like, fairy tale, but it's so true. And I saw how this one mom was able to come home from her full-time job, and she was able to pay off all their debt and all this stuff because her business, she was really successful with her business. And so I'm like, okay, if she can do this, I can too. If she has these amazing results with her physical fitness and helping other people see amazing results, I want to do this too. And so through all of that, eventually I signed up as a coach myself after my first son Harrison was born, and it definitely did not hit the ground running for me. I mean, he's 4 years old now, and I'm just now kind of really getting some good momentum with my business. I'm getting a good foundation set for my business and seeing some amazing progress. But at the beginning, it took a lot of growth. It took a lot of personal growth, and just God's timing and everything is everything. So, but I've been able to find that confidence that I didn't have before. I found self-love. So even whenever I'm not feeling in my tip-top shape or whatever, I don't speak as poorly to myself as I did in the past. I have a very clear vision. I know exactly what I want to do now. I know that this is my calling. I know that I am meant to inspire and help other women to be the best that they can be. And I'm dreaming so big, because I know that literally the sky is the limit with this. I can take this as far as I want. It just depends on my own efforts that I put into it. And that's another thing that's been amazing through this process, is it's allowed me to become closer to God and my relationship with God, which is super important to me. If you follow me on social media, that's huge for me. And I obviously, I'm like stumbling over my words, because it's something that has definitely grown through this process, because I truly think it's something that was placed in front of me for a reason. So, okay, before I ramble on anymore, I'm going to go on to the next slide, which I don't remember. Okay, I think Ashley is talking about what it is that we do.
Okay, so what a coach does is basically they get started with the tools that we use, the workout programs, the drinking the shakes, following the portion control system. They use that every single day. They stick with it, see results. They share their journey on social media. They share it in person to their friends, to their coworkers, anybody who asks. They inspire other people to get started on their journeys as well. And they also, like I said, invite them along on their journey through sharing, through reaching out, through inviting to boot camps, inviting to free groups, which that's not anything when you're just starting that we really expect you to do. We'll let you hop in one of our boot camps. That's something we'll get into later, though. So yeah, there's also the 4 vital behaviors. I'm not sure if that's on this slide or if that's on another one. But I guess I'll just go over them real quick. The 4 vital behaviors that they expect that is our job to do every day, which I think are pretty awesome, because most of them are just you working on yourself every single day to be the best version of you, and in turn inspiring other people to be the best versions of themselves. So the 4 things that we do daily is be a product of the product, be proof that the product works. So like I said, work on your own fitness journey through the program, sticking to a program, seeing results with that, sharing it. The second behavior would be personal development, which that's just working on yourself every single day, working on your mind, working on your mindset. It's there's several different ways you can do that through podcast, books. There's tons of books, audiobooks, but I think that's one of the coolest things, because if your mind is not in the right place, I truly believe your physical fitness has a lot to do with your mind as well. So just making sure that your mind is in the right place, that you're taking care of that as well as your physical fitness. I think that's awesome that that's a part of our job. And then they call it invite. I kind of like to call it connect, share, connect, invite, because that's truly what we're doing. We're sharing our story. We're connecting with other people who we want to help along their journey, and then we invite them along with us. And then recognition. So that's another big thing that we do. We just recognize the people on our team, when they've seen results, um, I personally like to add that we recognize other people who aren't even on the same journey as us, but they're on their own journey. You just type nice, encouraging things on their posts, and you just make those connections and build those relationships with people. And then connect, share, invite. Oh, recognition. That's where I was. I'm sorry. And then you, like I said, you shout out people on your team who are doing a great job. And recognition, personal development, be a product of the product, and personal development. I think I talked about all of them. I think I think that's pretty much in a nutshell. Is there anything that you would like to add to that, Kaylee? Because I think I totally.
Sorry.
No, you're okay.
I can never find the unmute button.
I see your little mouse moving around.
Okay. So, no, that was it. Yes. Those are the 4 vital behaviors. You got it, girl. Okay. So, moving on. Okay. So, this slide it's kind of like awkward for me only because I have never had anyone say anything about this being a pyramid scheme. And I have also never, like thought anything about a pyramid scheme because I've never heard of it until I started coaching, and then people were like mentioning, oh yeah, by the way, you might have people like ask you about this or wonder this if it's a pyramid scheme. And I was just like, well, what is it? So anyways, so just to kind of clear this up, just in case that's something that you maybe have, like maybe your spouse is asking, because I guess I have had some girls that I've talked to that their spouses were concerned that it was a pyramid scheme. And I guess really what the quote unquote pyramid scheme is that they're talking about that is a concern is illegal. So I think it's also called like a Ponzi scheme or something like that. But so the Beachbody, which, okay, hold on, I'll get to that in a second. But whenever you think about just a typical business model, which is, like I think that the example I use every time is Starbucks. I don't know why, but if you think of Starbucks, you have like the CEO, the big guy for Starbucks at the top, and then underneath the CEO you have the managers, and then underneath the managers you have the supervisors, and underneath the supervisors you have the employees who are like the baristas at the coffee shop. And so that's just a basic business model, right? And in a second I'll show you, but the Beachbody business model is kind of the same, meaning that it's still shaped like a pyramid. But what makes an actual Ponzi / pyramid scheme illegal is, and they usually don't stay open or active or whatever for very long because they end up getting shut down because they are 100% illegal. Again, I've said that a few times, but it's true. So what happens with those is there's no exchange of goods and services at all. So meaning that you literally just get people to sign up with you, but then there's no product or anything to exchange for. You're literally told, pay me $20 to sign up, and then you'll find people that will pay you $20 to sign up, and then you'll give me some of that money, and it just like ends up being this big money funnel, and all the money literally goes to the top, and the CEO or the person that's on the top of the pyramid, they're the only people benefiting, and everyone at the bottom is left with nothing because it all funnels up to the top. So obviously with Beachbody, there's products. We have the fitness programs, Beachbody on Demand. We have Shakeology. We have Performance Line. We have all these amazing products and things that all of us coaches use. So whenever you sign up as a coach, you are getting a product. You are getting something that you can benefit from if you use it. So yeah, this next slide kind of shows how the Beachbody structure, the business structure, is similar, but actually different in a good way. But you start working on you and you inspire a few people to start their journey. So there's you at the top slash in the middle, and you start to you inspire a couple people to join you, and then they start to inspire people, and then they start to inspire people. So it starts to just pay it forward and trickle out into this big like web. And then you build this team of people who are wanting to you work together. You don't benefit unless your team benefits. So that's obviously way different than a pyramid scheme where it all just funnels up to the top and you're the only one that's benefiting from anything and making any money and making any and having any success. So that's another thing that's different about Beachbody, though, and with this type of business structure, is somebody who signs up below you, like underneath you, down in your team and your organization. They can easily, if they decide that they really want to, give it a ton of effort, if they want to work really hard on building their business, they can surpass you and they could easily earn more income. They can be a higher rank than you within the company. They can surpass you even though they signed up, quote unquote, underneath you. That can never happen. Like a barista at Starbucks will never surpass and earn more and be more successful than the CEO. Just to kind of I like that comparison because it makes it super exciting and interesting to me to see this type of thing in play. So Ashley is going to talk a little bit about what we actually have to offer.
I know I'm awful. I should know their names. I know Carl Deichler up there, but his
wife is Isabel Deichler. So there's Carl in the far right, and then Isabel's in the middle, and then the far left in the white t-shirt is Darren something.
Okay.
But his name's Darren.
Okay, cool. See, that shows that you can be a hot mess and still be
right. You don't gotta be best friends with the CEO.
No. So, this slide is basically to demonstrate that actually exactly what I just said. There are people who have put together the nutrition side of this. Like I said, Carl Teichler, Isabella, his wife, and Darren. He's the maker of Shakeology. Carl and his wife. Well, Carl has made Beachbody, and so they take care of all of that, all the nutrition side. They take care of the making the meal plans, getting all that stuff together, getting all the dirty work, basically, of all of it. And then there are the celebrity trainers at the bottom, Autumn Calabrese, Shalene Johnson, Shaun T. They make all the fitness programs. They put it all together. They make the videos. They do all that stuff. And our biggest job is to just be peer support. Our biggest job is to just support the people in our challenge groups, boot camps, whatever you call them. Support the people on our teams. Just help people, like we said, 10 times, be better versions of themselves, because that is our main goal. We're all just trying to grow together, and that is what we are here to do. And we have these amazing people who have just put together everything else for us and just given us the tools to use, and then we use those tools to help other people. And another point I really like to make during this slide is that, if you were wanting to open your own business tomorrow, like brick and mortar business, it would cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars, insane amounts of money to be able to open your own business on your own. When you sign up as a coach with a Beachbody, you're paying $160 plus the $40 coach's fee, which I think is however you do it, it's definitely less than $200 to start your own business, which you could end up making insane amounts of money with eventually, which we'll get to that. But I just think it's crazy that that is a possibility, and I think it's insane, but I think it's awesome that this opportunity is available to us to be able to be super successful with. And it's am I taking over there?
Yeah, go ahead.
So this one is about the objection of I don't want to be salesy. I don't want to be a salesperson. Good, because we don't want you to be either. We don't sell stuff to people. We inspire them and we share with them. We share our stories and we provide solutions to help them be reach their health and fitness goals or their business goals, whatever it is that they want to reach. It's never salesy. We never want you to try and sell somebody anything. We want it to be authentic. We want you to just basically do the programs, get results, share your story, and inspire other people to come along with you and let it happen organically. We don't ever we don't think of it as selling. We think of it as truly like changing people's lives through sharing what it is that we do and sharing our journey every single day, showing up every single day, and just being there to help people.
Right. And I wanted to touch a little bit on the sale. I don't want to sell stuff, kind of fear, I think is what that is really. And which I get, but then if you start to kind of like change your mindset on it a little bit and trying to change your perspective, like when it comes to like coaches like Ashley and I, who our lives have literally like, I am not the same person I was before I discovered Beachbody, before I had a total physical transformation and mental transformation and everything. You know, these tools have worked so well for me. I want to shout them from the rooftop. So to me, it's a gift. To me, it's something that it's like I feel bad if I see someone struggling with, you know, they want to lose weight or they have some goals they want to reach. If they're struggling, it's like I feel like it's a disservice if I don't mention, well, have you, you know, tried Beachbody or, you know, whatever. I don't necessarily say it like that, but you know, something along those lines. Like I feel like it's my job, especially as a coach, to make sure I'm helping people and providing them with solutions that I know firsthand are 100% sustainable and things that are healthy and tools that are going to help people actually, you know, develop a healthy relationship with food and learn how to eat and how much to eat and what to eat, and fitness programs that tell them exactly what to do in order to see a total body transformation. And so long story short, it's not just selling something and then see you later. Like it's not just, you know, making someone give me their money and then they leave. You know, it's kind of, if they sign up with me, you know, I make sure they know that I am there for them 100% and I'm not going to leave them alone. Unless they tell me to, or unless they just like don't respond to my messages and they, you know, that's their decision. But I'm there for them 100% of the way. That if they're wanting to walk with it, then I walk with them. If they want to run and you know, see really good results really fast, then I'm gonna be there with them every step of the way. But I was gonna say something else about this, the whole salesy thing. You know, it kind of goes hand in hand with, if there's something like, if there's a restaurant that you really like or a movie that you saw that was just amazing, you don't even like, it doesn't even cross your mind that you are selling something whenever you post it on social media that the movie you just saw was amazing. Or the fact that every single thing around you, your cell phone, the clothes you're wearing, the computer you're on, or, you know, tablet or the TV you're watching, the furniture you're sitting on, the car you're driving, like everything in life is sold to you. And so there was something, you know, whenever you walk into Target and you see all the adorable bikinis hanging up, or you see that like sacred little dollar section right at the front door, and they have all these signs that are like, come check out this stuff, you don't feel offended. You don't feel like, oh my gosh, like, how dare you try to sell me this stuff? You're accepting of it. And so that's just, we are different than Target. Beachbody coaches are not like a department store, but you know what I mean? You have to change your mindset on it. And I understand that, it's easy to kind of get a bad taste in your mouth. Maybe you've had a bad experience in something like this. So I understand it, but that's something that if you decide to be a coach, that's something that we talk a lot about in training and just helping you with getting past that kind of fear if you struggle with that. So, okay, I'm going to talk a little bit about money. And so these are just some screenshots from my actual pay stubs from 2017. And 2017 is whenever I really had like a pivotal change, I guess. I kind of decided to get out of my own way and get out of my own head because I was definitely holding myself back when it came to my business and what I wanted with this. For somebody who from the get-go has wanted to be able to be a full-time Beachbody coach, I've wanted to be able to, I didn't want to have to leave my boys every day. I didn't want to have to go sit in a cubicle for 9 hours a day and dreading every second of it. Like, I wanted to be able to be this coach, be a coach full time and be able to be with my boys and experience every day with them as they're growing. And, I can't stand how they call me Meemaw because they see my mom more than they see me. All of those things were, that's what I wanted. I knew I wanted to be a full-time coach, but for some reason I was just not doing the work. I was not doing what I needed to do to get there until 2017. And I finally decided, don't forget it. Like, I have to just stop being so freaking scared, because right now I got to the point that I was like, I'm more scared of still sitting in this cubicle a year from now or 2 years from now than what it takes to make this happen. I'm more scared of being in this cubicle in 2 years than I am of putting a post out there on social media or asking people to do this with me. So just to kind of put that out there and put that into some perspective. But I'm not going to go like super in depth with how the compensation plan works because it can get super like confusing. But again, if this is something that you end up doing, if you decide to be a coach, then you will definitely learn more about this. We will help you, give you some more trainings. And as you start to earn some income, it'll all make more sense. But I'm just going to give some I guess in a nutshell. But so the first way that you earn an income with coaching is commission. So that's just going to be for anything that you sell. So whenever you get someone signed up with a challenge pack, which is going to be Shakeology plus their program or Beachbody on Demand, which is, in my opinion, the absolute best option for anyone. So that's usually what I get people started with. But anything, even if it is just one order Shakeology or something from the performance line, no matter what it is, you get 25% commission on that. And so just starting out, that's going to be where the majority of your income is coming from, is commission. So that's pretty simple to understand. You also, just to kind of put this in there, you also get a 25% discount on everything, which is super handy, which I think we discuss a little more in a second. But just to show, and I know it's really small, but January 2017, my largest paycheck was $85. So that's just, commissions, getting people signed up with Beachbody on Demand, and I probably sold like Shakeology or something. And then jump to June, my largest paycheck was $203, and this is weekly, by the way. So I went from like $85 on average a week, and then by June I was at $200 a week. And I did start to earn a little bit team bonus. And so that's going to be the next source of income as a coach, is your team cycle bonus. And what that does is it means that you are starting to build a team of coaches, and you are duplicating what you're doing, teaching them what to do, teaching them to get people started. And so what that does is accumulates what's called volume within your downline, within your organization. And basically what that does is that starts to accumulate a team cycle each week, which will then start to accumulate income, which actually ends up can totally surpass any kind of commission. So let's see, and then jump to, and like I said, I know it's super confusing and doesn't really make sense, but it will if you decide to dive into this with us. So jump to December, and I had jumped up to $471-ish. I can't really read it, 89 cents. So $470 a week. So definitely did really well that month with commissions, and my team cycle bonus jumped up a lot too. And then there's some other bonuses in there that that definitely help contribute to your income. So 2017, you can definitely see that I was really working hard. I was really, like I said, I was really desperate, and not just desperate, but inspired to actually reach my goals. Oh shoot, sorry guys, what am I doing? Okay, and then by now, so that was December 2017. And then, so $470, just to kind of speed it up because I don't have a screenshot to now. So we're in April of 2018, and I'm at like the 700 a week range. And that's, it kind of differs, but if I were able to show you my pay stub, you would see that my team bonus is growing because my team is growing, which is so exciting. So just to kind of, I know it can be kind of awkward talking about money. I don't think it should be. I don't think we should ever feel awkward talking about money, but that's just kind of how it is with some people. So, but it's not about the money, but it's about what the money represents. Honestly, for me, money to me is freedom, and money to me is time freedom, and it's freedom from debt. And, it's not all about wanting things. It's okay to want things, but just my own personal opinion, time freedom is what I would like to see with this. And not only that, but these are some screenshots of messages that some of my challengers have sent me. And I'm not like sharing these to toot my horn, but I'm sharing them to just show you what that income created, or what it represents. There's people that lost 4 pounds and they're super excited about it. There's people who went to the doctor and they were down 8 pounds since their last visit, and their doctor was super impressed with their progress, with their health. Some more weight loss goals. There was, let's see, someone says that they're feeling amazing and they're obsessed with how amazing they feel. And then there's also, I don't have a screenshot of the conversation, but I like to tell Ashley's little story about how she, she's like one of my first coaches that has really started to see some success with creating income, so financial success. And she was able to put some money towards her wedding dress and help pay her wedding dress off. And so that's just another thing that to me, my income represents. It's helping people. It's paying it forward by helping them see their physical transformation, emotional and mental transformations, and then also financial transformations. And that's just a huge blessing. And then Ashley, you take it away here.
Okay, so you decide you want to be a coach, right? You invest the $40 in the coach's sign-up fee, and what's the worst that can possibly happen if you do this? The worst that could happen, if nobody wants to join you at all, which if you're sharing your journey, that's impossible. But anyway, it's besides the point. So the worst case scenario is that you become friends with a great group of girls who are inspiring, who are motivating, who will push you to be a better version of yourself. You also focus on yourself, focus on putting time in to your own goals, and you get in shape and you get a hot rockin' bod. So I would never be mad about that. And Number 3, you face your fears head on and you grow as a person, which is my personal fave. I think that's the most I've gotten out of this whole thing. So yeah, you might spend $40, and worst case scenario, if nobody wants to join you, like the worst that could happen really isn't that bad. The worst that could happen is really positive stuff, actually. So it's all about how you think about it. It's all about your mindset. It's all about just really thinking about and putting it into perspective, like what could possibly go wrong and facing your fears. So what's the, I don't know. What
Is that the last one?
That's the last one?
Oh, it is?
Are you sure?
I feel like it's not.
No, because we talk about
oh, yeah. There we go. The different types of coaches. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, right. So basically the worst thing that could happen is not that bad, like Ashley said. And there's different types of coaches. So even if you're not, well, I'll just explain the different types of coaches. So, but don't feel like if you sign up as a coach, you have to like dive into it and be striving to be a 6-figure earner or $1 million earner or anything like that right away. There's different options for you, and you make the rules because it's your business. So, whatever you want to do with this, it's up to you. You do not have a boss. You are your own boss, and we are your coaches. We're your mentors. We are your friends. We are not your boss, and we don't want to be your boss. And we don't want you to feel like you have a boss. So, it's not like when you sign up, we're going to be like shoving trainings down your throat unless you ask us to. Unless you say, hey, send me all the trainings you can, then of course we will. But if that's not what you want, then you won't get that from us. So just to kind of tell you the different types of coaches is there's your discount coaches. So these are the people that sign up and they want to join the challenge group. They want to start drinking Shakeology, and they have their Beachbody on Demand or a program, whatever it is. And they want to just be a part of the community. They want to be a part of everything, and they want to just get everything at a discount. So if they're drinking Shakeology regularly, obviously it helps to save a little money. Maybe you're drinking the performance line, you want to save a little bit of money, whatever it is, you just want to use the discount, and that's all there is to it. You don't have any obligation to sell anything, no obligation to run a group, no obligation to post anything on social media. You are just a coach for the discount, and we love you for it. So, meaning that we're not ever going to like pressure you or anything. Like I said, we meet you where you are. So, but then there's the people who jump up in there. They work it more like a hobby. So maybe they have a full-time job. They love their job. They don't want to ever leave their job, and they love the products. And so they're drinking Shakeology, and they're following a fitness plan, following the meal plan, and they're inevitably seeing amazing results. So they kind of start sharing about it a little bit. Maybe they're posting here and there on social media, or maybe it's just that simply their coworkers and their family are noticing the changes that they're making. And so they start to just kind of, as a hobby, randomly signing up people here and there. So that means that they are, they're not being super consistent with running groups. Maybe they're just adding people to their coaches group. And then they earn a little extra cash. So this can be just maybe $100 extra a week that you can put towards gas or getting your nails done or date night or whatever it is you want to do with it, which is always super handy. And then there's the business builders who are like Ashley and I, and that means you're all in. So you want to eventually make this your full-time job. You want to build a life of freedom and a thriving team that is doing the same, because like I said when I was talking about compensation, whenever your team is thriving, whenever your team is seeing success, then you're going to see more success. And so you are actually kind of you step it up and have that leadership role as a business builder, because you are a CEO and you start to treat it like so. You start to treat your business like the business that you want it to be. So, and then there's people that kind of fall in between. There's people that are kind of in between discount and hobby coach and in between hobby and business coach. There's definitely some gray area there, which is totally cool. And I think makes this super exciting because everyone is so different. Everyone has different goals. There's no cookie cutter way to be a coach, which is, like I said, pretty awesome. Okay, Ashley, do you want to wrap? I think, is this the last one? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the next one's a question and answer slide.
Okay.
So what our team provides, so like if you decide to be on our team and you want to be a coach and you're excited and you're ready to go, these are a couple things that you can expect from our team. So we do weekly calls, usually try to do them every Tuesday night, which they'll be on different topics, different things that we feel that you guys might need to talk about that week. One-on-one training with your coach. So we are always available to train you, just us, like however you need us to. Small group training and apprenticeships with step-by-step training for success, which that just means that we will, if there's like a few of you who are at the same area in your business, we'll just put you guys together and train you as a group together, because that we've found that really helps to build that community and build that support and help you guys push each other. Social media training, so we will guide you step by step through social media so you don't have to feel like scared or nervous or anything about posting. We'll get you all set up with exactly how to do that. Countless video trainings and manuals depending on your learning preference, because we know some people like to learn by video, some people like to learn by reading. Whatever works for you, we got you. And then a place to dream big and live your best life. Being a part of this team, like, the possibilities are endless. It just depends on how big you're willing to dream and how much work you're willing to put in. And we really do encourage you to do that. We can encourage each other to do that and to live the best possible life that you can by showing up as your best possible self. And like I said, we are here to support you every single step of the way. And yay.
Oh yeah. So what now is you message the person who invited you to this call or who invited you to watch this recording, and let them know kind of what you're feeling. If you think it's something you want to start dabbling in, or if you just want to do it as discount hobby coach, if you want to start diving into some trainings and actually start making, building a business, then we can walk you through the sign up process, which is super simple. You literally just, we email you what you need and you get signed up and that's it. And then we get you added to like our groups and everything, our team page. And then if you're wanting to do the hobby or the business builder avenue, then we would get you started with our new coach checklist and then into some training. So pretty simple, but yeah, we can do some questions over on the Facebook page maybe. Or you can ask some questions underneath this thread or just message whoever invited you to watch this.
Yes. I like the what now C's easy. Made me LOL.
Oh, I bet Deacon did that.
You just wanted to be a part of it too.
Yep. He did that. Okay, cute. Well, I'm going to stop this recording, so I will talk to you later. Maybe I'm not going to stop the recording.
Oh, it's still going. Yeah, you just tap the screen.